Hey there everyone, Pro Hunter here and I'm back with another reaction video. And today I hope I can finish this story once and for all. Cause my god, this whole goddamn story is just so long. This wretched story never ends. Not that I hate the story, I enjoy it. It's pretty enjoyable. On the contrary, I enjoy reading this, but when making a reaction video to this, when reading so much text at once and essentially making half-hour long videos, which I'm not used to by the way. I don't know how Pollux, Rexy, and what Duke do those live streams. I mean, at one point they used to do some really long live streams consistently. Same for Coziness. World Champion, he never did a live stream, or at least none that I'm aware of. In fact, even he hasn't uploaded in a really long time. I don't know what's up with that. Where is he at anyway? Little Morgan, he also did some really long live streams. But anyway, that was irrelevant. But I'm gonna try to finish the rest of this story in this episode. So let's continue from where we left off. Left off. Left off, bruh. He left up. Drew back his fist as Luna came flying towards him. Luna drew her back her fist too. They clashed yet again, but Luna was ready for that. She launched an uppercut on his chest with her other hand. Oof! Whoa, nice one. Uppercut, tiger uppercut, vicious uppercut. Luna faced her hand right in the Chosen One's face and sent him flying telekinetically towards the forest. The Chosen One. What? Luna flew after him. The Chosen One spun and landed on a tree before jumping to another. He jumped from tree to tree as Luna flew above him, firing blasts from her hand down onto him. None of the blasts were able to hit him, however. Chosen One leapt onto one last tree before taking a big leap back up to Luna with his aura blade on his right hand. Luna reacted with her blade in her right hand. The glass blazed as they flew. Chosen One slashed down, breaking the glass before moving behind Luna quickly and slashed her back, sending her down to the trees. Ah! But Luna rolled on the tree to her feet and started jumping from tree to tree like the Chosen One had done. The Chosen One started firing blasts from his hand as Luna had been doing. The Luna jumped onto a tree and leapt up to the Chosen One with a ball of aura ready in her right hand. The Chosen One readied his own. But Luna was faster, putting the blast to the Chosen One's chest before he had a chance to react. So the blast deflated. He was sent flying to the other side of the explosion. The Chosen One hit the ground. Luna landed nearby. She raised her hand as the Lunarian ring on her hand appeared again. She charged a blast to finish him off. Damn, Luna girl, you're really aggressive. I wonder where all that strength came back from. I mean, considering that she was severely physically exhausted previously, where did all that energy come from? Oh yeah, right, that's right, the blood moon. Jeez, I mean, Luna being in a trance because of the blood moon was scary enough, but imagine her using her aura powers in blood moon. Like, like all these stories, Craft, Nix, and Hayden, they're making Luna look like a really skilled fighter. So I can only imagine how good is gonna be when she learns how to use her aura abilities, when she masters her Lunarian aura. The Chosen One got to his feet. He suddenly looked to his left. Two Lunarians were flying by and noticed that their fight had broken outside the domain. Luna, our lord! They charged their rings and fired at Luna. She left out of the way in time. Oof, close one. Their blast hit where she stood. The Lunarians quickly landed by the Chosen One's side. We will assist you in any way, my lord. Chosen One nodded. Good. He grabbed both of their necks with one hand each. It was an honor, my lord. Wait, what's he doing? The Chosen One grinned. Your sacrifices will not be in vain, my children. Streams of energy started to flow from their chest into the Chosen One's. What? He's absorbing their life force! Their freaking life force! I mean, I knew this guy was a monster, but that's too far. You're even willing to kill your own children for your, oh man, what's the word for this? Just for your own campaign? What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, sleeping with multiple women just to reproduce was bad enough, but this is a whole nother level. What the hell did I just read? It's kind of like something I saw in Ben 10 once. Essentially, what happened in that episode was I forgot the name of that other girl, but she wanted to bring her dad back, and what she did was she absorbed everyone's life energy. Ben's, her creations, I think Gwen's too. Kevin's also. So she absorbed all their life energy so that she could bring her dad back. But her dad wasn't happy with this. He wasn't happy with the fact that others had to die just so he could live. So he died again so that everyone else could live. I think that's what happened. I don't remember, but I vaguely remember watching something like that. It's pretty interesting how I can recall some pretty random stuff at time, but I can never seem to recall what's recently going on. I can never recall recent events. So then Luna looked up, eyeing the deed. Her eyes widened. What? The chosen one finished draining their aura and dropped them. They fell lifelessly to the ground. Chosen one looked up at Luna. Hey, 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 hey. Try to face me now, girl. Luna looked back in horror. What did you do to them? Their lives aided to the cause of destroying you. Luna turned angry again. You're sick! Taking your own people's lives just to power yourself! The chosen one lost his smile. The only sick and corrupted ones are hybrids like you. Luna found a ball of aura in her hand. Luna grit her teeth and thrusted her hand forward towards him. He fired the blast. Eat it! Chosen one formed Lunarian rings in both of his hands and brought them together to fire his own big blast. Woof! Yeah, we're back at this again. This is never going to get old. His blast went right through Luna. Luna's eyes got in terror. Oh shit! Luna! She stopped her blast and ducked up, but the chosen one's blast just barely engulfed her through her ankle down. Ah! Oh, damn, don't get obliterated by that blast. Try not to get disintegrated by that powerful attack. Chosen one leapt up to her. He drew his fist back. Ah! He punched left to the right side of Luna's face. Ah! Her eyes widened in pain. Ooh! Ooh, that was a sucker punch. The force sent her flying to the direction of the punch. The chosen one dashed after her. Now quickly put a hand to her face to heal. Now regeneration for you! She grabbed her ankle. Luna lowered her hand from her face and eyed her. The chosen one flung her up by the ankle and chucked her down towards the ground. Ah! Luna hit the ground hard. Ah! She still contained her eyes shut. They were now a few feet from the fields of the medieval kingdom. Oh my god, this battle caused them both to traverse a great deal of distance. These, I don't even know where the hell they are at this point. It's like Dragon Ball Z battle. Well, I'm pretty sure this was meant to be like that. I'm pretty sure Hayden made it look like a Dragon Ball Z battle on purpose because, I mean, if anyone you know Hayden well enough, you know that he enjoys Dragon Ball Z a lot. Dokkan battles, Dragon Ball Z Ultimate battles, and most importantly, Dokkan OSTs. Which, by the way, you should check out his Dokkan OST ranking video, which was, by the way, a live stream. I wasn't able to watch all of it, but I know for sure that one of my Dokkans, the one I suggested, one I liked a lot, the Omega one, that ranked in a pretty good place. There were just so many Dokkan OSTs that I couldn't possibly listen to all of them. I listened to a good deal of them. He made some pretty good suggestions when it came to adding Dokkan OSTs in Bandit Adventure Live. Chosen One rushed down again. He charged the blast in his right hand as he charged down towards Luna. This ends now! Luna turned. I have no choice. She opened her eyes. She generated Lunarian ring around her wrist and threw one last punch at him, shutting her eyes while doing so. He froze. Luna opened her eyes. They widened. She had blindly activated her aura blade in her punch and stabbed him in the chest the same way he had done to her earlier. The aura in the chosen one's hands faded away. In shock, Luna retracted her blade instantly. Oh, nice one, Luna. Stab that Stab that little bitch. I guess I should take advantage of the fact that you're the one editing this video so I can potentially curse as much as I like and well, you can just edit out all the curse words. I need to learn how to do that. If I could learn how to censor out certain stuff that I say, well, then I could just curse so much that, well, anyone who's in the room next to me is gonna be questioning, like, what the hell am I doing? Chosen one fell to his knees. Chosen one. Luna stared at the chosen one, shocked at what she did. Luna, what have you done? Luna, why are you shocked at that? I mean, that's what he deserves anyway. He deserves to die. Okay, a final hope. Is this the last episode? I hope it's the last one. Bro leapt onto a tree nearby, his eyes widening at the scene. Is it over? Did she beat him? She stood up, staring down at him. She slowly raised a hand towards the chosen one. No. She knows she shouldn't. Not after what he's done. She lowered her hand. Suddenly the chosen one looked up with an angry look. He had reformed the blast quietly during a hesitation. He flung his hand up and fired it. Gah! Oh my god, what a dirty trick. But then again, that's to be expected from a villain. A fight is never fair. Always be ready for unexpected surprises. Use every dirty trick you have in the book. Luna was sent flying back to the ground a few feet away. Ah! Luna slowly started to get back up. She put a hand to her chest. Her aura glowed as it healed her injuries. They healed, but it didn't give her back her stamina. Luna. Okay, why can I do this one? How did I do this earlier? Okay, I think that's better. The chosen one remained on his knees. Started to punch the ground, delivering a blow with each word. No! 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 The chosen one stared at his fist planted on the ground beneath him. I was chosen by the moon to rule above in this world. I can't lose to a low brat like this. I was chosen by the blood moon. I will not let a brat like you best the strongest Lunarian. I'll erase your foul existence right now. With that with what he had left of his aura intensified. He started to fire up again. Luna's eyes tackled him as she continued to pant. The chosen one stopped rising. He put his hand forward, facing towards Luna on the ground. The Luminian ring appeared from his hand. Massive blast started to generate from the ring, shaking the world around them. Oh my god, it's like when Zed charges up his attack, the whole ground shakes. Jeez. Zed's power is comparable to Lunarian's power. Like Zed's aura is naturally really powerful, and Lunarians also naturally have a really powerful aura level. So Zed's on par when it comes to comparing his aura power to Lunarian's power. It's pretty similar when you think about it. It makes me wonder though. You don't necessarily need to have a special aura type to be strong. You can even be strong with a regular aura type. It just depends on your aura level in general. Sometimes you can have an advantage by naturally having a strong aura level. So even when you don't train a lot, you can still output a lot of aura. So you can win pretty easily in a battle of endurance. So yeah, it's kind of like how, well, if Atreus and Zed were to fight, I know they fought in Tournament of Aura Hayden stories. Oops, spoiler alert. But anyway, the point is that, like, for Atreus who doesn't know how to use his aura, he wouldn't last so long against Zed because he can't use Howard's arrow too many times. He can only use it like I think once or twice. After that, he'll run out of his aura, and Zed will just finish him off. So yeah, there might be a way Atreus can beat Zed, but it really just comes down to if he can outpower Zed, he can outlast Zed, because Zed has a lot of aura. He produces so much aura that it's pretty hard to output more aura than him. Luna Fowler's sheet forming a large Luminian ring charging her own blast. She couldn't just dodge his attack or his blast will vaporize the kingdom. Not that she had the stamina to dodge quick enough now anyway. Both of them were straining to charge their attack from the damage and the stamina they both had. I don't care if I gamble my life. I'll put everything into killing your vile existence in this next attack. Chosen One's aura enlarged yet again. Was victory even possible now? With absorbing the other Lunarians, the Chosen One had widened the gap between them significantly, unless she put more than her own aura into the blast like the Chosen One was doing. Maybe she was. She looked over at Pro. Pro was watching attentively, but it looked like he was waiting to intervene. She stared for a second before she looked forward again. She bowed her head slightly and shut her eyes. No, I can't do it to him again. But she just didn't have the power or the stamina. What do I do? She bowed her head further. The Chosen One had finished charging and was about to unleash his attack. I'll erase you along with this whole kingdom! He fired the blast from his large Lunarian ring. Oh, you! Luna looked up from her teeth grit. Luna fired a blast. The blast collided even the class in the world. Oh! Oh my god. You both, if you don't mind, can you take this fight into outer space, please? You're gonna destroy the whole Earth with it. I mean, think about it, Chosen One. How are you going to conquer a planet if you already destroyed it? Like, what's even the point of this whole fight if you're just gonna destroy what you were fighting for? Took from their power. The king had re-entered and put his shields back up ever since Luna had been flung back over here by the Chosen One. He was now overseeing the class from his throne room. He could barely make out Luna holding back the blast that the Chosen One had set on her and the kingdom. His eyes widened. The Lunarian was really capable of compassion and justice for what was right. She shut her eyes again and bowed her head down. She tried with her remaining strength to hold back the blast with her own, and killing him and destroying the kingdom behind her. As Rules skidded back on the grass a little. Then they started to crush the ground beneath her. Ah! Chosen One gave a psychotic grin. You got nothing left to give, girl. You will help. Now continue to strain to maintain her blast. Chosen One's blast slowly started to power through to Luna. Chosen One's blast slowly started to power through to Luna. Excuse me if I'm not reading correctly. Forgive me for that. I don't know what's up with me lately. I don't know, just having trouble with my speech. Like every time I talk, I don't exactly speak in the most clear way. I just don't know what's up with me lately. Pro jumped up. That's it. I have to do something. He started to prepare his dash. A Lunarian blast flew in the back. Gah! He was sent flying forward a little. He hit the ground on his stomach. Oof! He looked over and rolled over and looked up. Two Lunarians had blasted him from behind, hovering in the sky. We won't let you interfere with our lord. Pro's eyes widened. The Lunarians charged another blast from the Lunarian ring on their hands. They fired at Pro. Pro teleported before the blast hit him. He reappeared on the side of a tree behind him. He held onto the tree with one hand and a sword in the other. He shut his eyes. Pro's thoughts. You got to have this, Luna. Beat him for all of us. He then bent his knees and dashed towards the Lunarians. You could also throw the tree at him and then Pro, you could also throw the tree at them and then dash. Anyway, switches back to Luna. Luna could feel the pressure of the Chosen One's blast closing in. Luna's arms shake. She can't keep this up. I can't do this. I just don't have enough left to overpower him. She continued to strain. Luna's thoughts. And they're all going to die because of me. I'm alone in this, honey. All the people. I'm so sorry. No, Luna. No. Mom and Dad, I couldn't avenge you both. It's not over yet. You're never alone, Luna. Her tear-filled eyes snapped open. What? Wait, what's happening? She turned to her right, still maintaining her blast on the Chosen Ones. A familiar figure stood next to her with her hand pressing the blast with her aura active and ready to fire with Luna's own blast. No, it couldn't be. She's been dead for nearly a decade. She found her corpse on that one dreadful day. I looked over in shock, dumbfounded. Mom? Mom, wait, what? Melissa looked translucent next to her, almost a ghost, but she wasn't as old as pale as she had remembered her, as if she didn't have the poison that the killer she was fending off had poured upon her parents. Mara shook her head. No, you can't be real. Melissa looked over to Luna. You can do it, Luna. Red is strongest when the moon is at its lunar eclipse. She looked back over at the blast. She found the Lunarian ring in her hand and fired her blast. Luna's blast seemed to get stronger all of a sudden. It powered back to a more even struggle with the Chosen Ones. And she refocused and looked back in front of her, gritting her teeth. We'll give you as much power as you need, Luna. You have to be the one to do this. Her eyes widened again as she glanced behind her. A few feet from her, another familiar figure was holding his hands towards her. Beam sparks were flying from the figure, flying to Luna. Dad? What? First her mom, now her dad too? Yo, let's go. It's family time. Ho ho. It kind of reminds me of Harry Potter. Which one was it? Oh yeah, Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire. So essentially what happened was Harry was fighting Voldemort. Voldemort had killed Cedric Diggory, and well, Harry's parents appeared. His mom, his dad, and they were essentially helping him fight Voldemort. They were giving him power, and his mom was saying, Harry, I can't hold on a little longer. We can't keep this up for much longer. So they essentially returned as ghosts, spirits, phantoms, I don't know, but they essentially distracted Voldemort while Harry teleported him and Diggory back to the arena, back to the tents. She whirled back to the blast. She shut her eyes. I will avenge you both. I promise! She drew her hands back slightly. This is the combination of my mother's Romanian power and mine. Ha! Her blast powered further. That was the Chosen One that was starting to feel the pressure. His eyes widened in terror. What? His face turned to anger. I will kill you! He tried to power it further, but it didn't help with the connective rope covering his way. Now, Luna! Luna's eyes snapped open. Her eyes, victorious, were pink, but her pupils now had a green glow with a red outline. Whoa, shit! She raised her head slightly. Your turn! She thrust her hand forward and her blast powered up massively. She engulfed the Chosen One's blast and went straight for it. The Chosen One's eyes widened in terror. No! Oh, yo! Oh my God! If he survived this, I'm gonna be so mad. There's no way he can survive that. Come on. Okay, Hayden, can you edit those sound effects in yourself? I can't do a good job at those. You better have some good edits lined up for this. Translation figures of Melissa and Arthur spread out from Luna, helping her blast from both sides. Melissa and Arthur. Okay, I'm not gonna do that one. That's two people at once. They faded back into Luna. Luna's pupils and the Lumerian ring on her head glowed brighter. Chosen One was sent flying back with the blast that was still being fired. Chosen One's thoughts. Humiliation. Thanks to a hybrid brat, I was chosen by the Blood Moon! Yeah, no! Blast finally reached the rocky area they had fought in earlier. The Chosen One and a blast hit the side of another rocky cliff. The blast exploded, sending a massive pink dome surrounding the rocket area. The blast faded down. Luna's blast was already done and she lowered her arms to her side. The green glow from her pupils faded back to the pink like the rest of her aura, though the red outlines around her pupils and body remained. She continued to catch her breath as she whirled behind her. Melissa and Arthur were nowhere to be seen. Had she imagined it? Her parents somehow helping her beat the Chosen One? It could have just been a moment of desperation for her. Regardless, she beat him. She looked back in the direction she sent the Chosen One flying. Pro stared at Luna. Pro beamed. You did it, Luna! And his eyes widened as he heard a blast coming from behind him. He turned closer. The Lunarian that fired had lowered her arm. She looked over at Luna, quickly realizing that Luna had beaten their master. Her eyes widened. Our master was defeated? The Lunarian faced her hand towards Luna and generated a Lunarian ring from her hand. She fired a blast. Luna had got her breath and heard the blast coming. Without even looking, she held her left hand up to the blast. She generated a Lunarian ring in her hand. The blast stopped against the ring shield, still trying to continue towards Luna. Luna's left hand thrust forward slightly. She reflected the blast back into Lunarian without batting an eye. Oh my gosh, she's a master. Didn't even need to see. She just defeated that Lunarian like she was nothing. Lunarian's eyes widened. The blast hit him. Luna lowered her arm hand, still staring off in the direction of the Chosen One. She leapt up and flew in the direction she had fired that blast she had hit him with. Pro watched her go. She beat him. He slowly turned to his right. The king had approached with other guardians of peace. The king shut his eyes. I never thought Donarians could be capable of willingness to help others, protect others. Pro nodded and scratched his head. Well, Luna is special. Yup, a special someone for a deserving special someone. Then he straightened and turned in the direction of Luna, and I think she's about to show more as to why. Switches to Luna and the Chosen One. Chosen One was propped up against the base of the rock wall he had hit. The blood was spattered on the rock behind him. Ooh, what a messy scene. Luna landed several feet from him. She took slow steps towards him, a cold stare on her face. The other Lunarian who Pro was fighting against had followed her and flew towards her with aura ready in her hand. I won't let you kill our master! The Lunarian charged in. Luna's hand shot out and back fisted the Lunarian in the ooh without looking back, knocking him out cold. Her stare had not wavered. She reached him. Then shockingly the Chosen One is still breathing. Excuse me, I'm sorry for yawning so many times. It's just pretty late at night when I'm doing this. His eyes were shut, unconsciously taking breaths. Luna faced her hand towards him. A Lunarian ring appeared on her hand. Luna hesitated for a few seconds. The Chosen One came to, opening his eyes dozingly, blood dripping from his mouth as he looked up at her. He grinned. Go ahead and finish me off, like a true Lunarian. Luna grit her teeth. I'm nothing like your so-called true Lunarians. The Chosen One chuckled that quickly became a cough as he coughed blood to the ground, shutting his eyes and doubling over. The blood almost hitting Luna's shoes. Luna continued to hesitate. She needed to do it. If she didn't kill him, he would be back, and he would come for her. And he would stop at nothing to gain his status back as an overlord. Luna shut her eyes. Flashback. Okay, let's watch this. Luna, don't forget what your mom told you. Never change. Never ever change yourself. Remain true to yourself. That was so cool. Her hand shook, unsure if she wanted to do this. She made her decision. No. The Lunarian ring faded. She instead raised her hand towards the moon, opening her eyes. She stared up at the blood moon. She shut her eyes again as the Lunarian ring appeared once more on her hand. The Lunarian ring started to rotate. Slowly the blood moon started to pass. He was accelerating the lunar eclipse. Then the moon was normal. What? She can control the fucking moon now? Hayden! The Lunarian ring faded on Luna's hand. She lowered her hand and looked back down at the chosen one with her closed eyes. The red outline on her aura faded. Then she deactivated her aura. She opened her eyes. Normal green pupils. Aura mode Luna, that's boosted by the blood moon. Luna and a Lunarian, losing a Lunarian aura while she's powered by the blood moon, is a terrifying thought that's going to haunt me for decades to come. The chosen one had finished coughing blood and looked back at Luna. You regret this, child. I will find you eventually to kill you and your puny friends. Una's cold stare returned. I told you I would make sure your death will be much more suffering. She shut her eyes. But not by my hand. She slowly turned. She took a step away and her eyes opened and widened. Her legs folded beneath her. She fell to the ground on her front. The chosen one tried to raise a hand towards her, shakenly and slowly. Then he too ran out of strength to continue. He slouched in his place unconscious. Luna shut her eyes. She felt herself slowly descending to the darkness. Luna's thoughts. I did it, Mom. Dad, did it the right way. You can both rest peacefully now. She heard her mother's voice in her head. Well done, my brave girl. We're both so proud of you. Thank you. Luna sobbed happily. Then her expression became neutral as she lost consciousness. Luna! Okay, I think this is the end. Chosen one's punishment. Alright, let's see what kind of punishment this bastard gets. This bloody bastard. Later, will she be alright? Bro looked over at Luna who laid asleep on the bed. Bro, Tears and Bob were watching patiently behind him. Bro looked over at Zed after he asked this question. Zed looked over at Luna. Her, her body is drained after exerting a lot of aura against him in the first round. She got a temporary refresh with the blood moon, but once that was gone, he looked back at Bro. She'll be fine at least, with the hour that has passed. She should be awake any minute now. Bro looked over in the right corner. And what are we going to do with him? He pointed a thumb towards a guy in the corner. Chosen one was imprisoned within the shields of one of the senior guardians of peace. Multiple guardians were around him, taking turns with the aura to keep him captive until Luna is conscious again. Grr, I'll destroy all of you when I get out of this. The guardian currently holding him up the force field toward around him responded. We're not going to let you continue with your terrorism, you monster. What the heck kind of voice was that? She just looked at him. That's right. He started to mimic the chosen one. I was chosen by the red moon to rule the world. I am above all consequences to you humans. The chosen one scared. You would dare mock me, you lily mortal. What the oh. I'm gonna drink some water now. Oh my god.
A few inches later.
The chosen one activated his aura and tried to punch the shield. He exploded within the shield in response. Oh, that's what he deserves. The smoke cleared and the chosen one sat with bruises from the detonation. Screw your powerless defenses, Zed walked up to the chosen one. You destroyed countless lives. You're lucky to even be alive right now. Pro was watching the ordeal from the bedside. Pro whirled over to Luna. Luna! Luna slowly put her hand to her head. Where? She opened her eyes and looked over at Pro. Her expression became more comforting as she lowered her hand. Oh, honey! She giggled. Pro chuckled in response to her nervousness. You did beat him, Luna, but he looked back at it towards the chosen one. Luna followed his gaze. She sat up as the king walked in. He noticed that Luna was up, giving a heavy expression. Oh, you're awake. Good. But then his expression quickly became serious. But why didn't you kill him? Luna shut her eyes and bowed her head slightly. It's not right. Even if he killed my parents and countless other lives, I couldn't bring myself to take one in revenge. She opened her eyes and looked up at him. It's not who I am. She got off the bed and stood as Pro moved aside from her. But I know what to do with him. She looked over at the Chosen One. The Chosen One was continuing to battle through the shields even if they kept exploding him. Looked back over at the king. We'll take him away, and I can assure you, your majesty, he will be disposed of. The king nodded. All right, girl. He turned to leave but hesitated. He said one more thing that he couldn't say it eye to eye with Luna. Thank you for saving us, Lunarian. He walked out the door. Luna smiled. Then Pro walked at her side. Luna glanced at Pro. So, what were you going to do with your killer? Luna looked back at the Chosen One. I can't kill him, but head bowed slightly mischievously. We know someone who would, or at least hold him captive for the rest of his life. Oh, Mo. I almost feel bad for the Chosen One. Even I wouldn't want to be held captive by her. She's the last person I would ever want to be a prisoner of. If I'm her prisoner, I am never walking out of her prison alive. She is. Later, they had said their farewells to the kingdom and had departed to the destination to the drop of the chosen one. They had boarded a boat on their way to the remote island that housed the master that had once cured Luna from her illness. The sun had started to set on the way there. Atreus and Eche were leaning against the ship's side, looked at each other, but quickly turned away from each other in disgust. They're never gonna get along. They're always gonna remain frenemies, are they? Huh? That was resting against one of the sail poles. Pro sat sharpening his sword a couple of feet away from Luna and the Chosen One. Luna stood next to the opposite side of the ship of Atreus and Eche. She had been facing her hand towards the Chosen One to maintain a shield around him ever since they departed from the kingdom. The Chosen One sat on his deck, his legs crossed and looking up at Luna with a grin on his face. Luna hadn't batted an eye at him since they stepped foot on the boat. She was watching Pro sharpen his sword but also focusing on maintaining the shield until they would arrive at the destination. So, Luna was it? Shut up! The chosen one looked back down. Pro's eyes darted over in Luna's direction and stopped sharpening. He very quickly resumed and looked back down again. Fine, fine, girl. Luna shook her head in disgust. The chosen one eyes darted to Luna. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you want to take the life of the one that took your mother's life and in turn your father's? Luna shut her eyes. I said, shut up! You had the chance. He stood up. You had the chance to end forever a great threat to this world, and you chose mercy to the one who so cruelly put down a threat to a necessary cause. Now grit her teeth. Ooh, I sense something is still in there. You still want to do it, don't you? Luna's hand trembled in rage building in her. The chosen one grin spread wider. Pro turned to Luna, sensing the tension. Luna, don't! Don't let him get to your head! Luna calmed at the letting off a shaky exhale. The true self you desperately don't want to turn to. The concept that Melissa lacked. Luna activated her Lunarian aura in a flash, opening her eyes and deactivating the force field. She whirled and punched the chosen one across the ship with all her might. Oof! He hit against the door that leads to a lower level of the ship. Gah! Pro's eyes widened. Luna! Jed's eyes snapped open and whirled to Luna. Luna, contain him, damn it! The chosen one slouched against the door but slowly got to his feet, chuckling as he stood. The chosen one. Luna grabbed his throat and pinned him to the door as he fully stood. There it is. Go ahead. Do what must be done for this world. Pro grabbed her shoulder. Luna! Luna glanced behind him and looked back at the chosen one. She shut her eyes. She deactivated her aura and dropped the chosen one, quickly facing her hands towards him to put the seal around him again. She held her hand there as she turned to the others. Please tell me we're almost there. Etche was at the bow looking ahead. We are, luckily. The island was slowly revealing itself in the distance as they got closer to it. Pro looked at Luna, who looked back at him. I'm sorry. We're almost through this. I'll make sure you get the justice you want. Luna nodded. Outside the Dark Master's lab. And they have arrived. You brought a chosen one here! Okay, what kind of voice was that? Dark Master was struck with fear at the sight of the chosen one, even though he was detained. Zed nodded. Luna was able to stop his conquest along with the other Lunarians. Luna shut her eyes and shook her head. But I can't bring myself to end his life. She opened her eyes. I thought maybe you might have a way to imprison him. Sometimes living sufferably is a worse punishment than death. The chosen one initial Rosamund sat in his shield bubble. Bah! That's your plan? Give me up to some professor? It's been a while, Dark Master. The Dark Master looked down to the chosen one, fuming. Shut your damn mouth! The Dark Master looked back up at Luna. Crow looked between the two. Do you guys have history? The Dark Master's eyes darted to Pro. None that concerns you, Greenie. She bowed her head and shut her eyes. She shut her head. She raised her head and opened her eyes. Bruh, shut her head. What the hell? Come to think of it, I may have something I could do to keep him hidden here and set him to suffer. Luna nodded. Thank you. The Dark Master gestured towards herself, Luna. Come with me, girl. Oh wait. Oh frick. Oh wait, I was supposed to do the other voice. Oh frick. Well, I'm just been associating the Dark Master with Diana, and I know that Diana is the Dark Master, so I can't really bring myself to do that other voice again. Well, not that raspy voice. I did a separate voice for him at one point. I forgot what that one was. I forgot I was supposed to do that voice for him. But yeah, I mean, they already. I mean, canon-wise, I imagine that they already know who Diana is. This essentially is a season three prediction story, like kind of how season three ends. Maybe so. Maybe the story takes place after when they found out that Diana is the Dark Master. So I assume that the voice I just did right now should be the good enough for her. I guess. Later, Luna and Dark Master came back out not long after with the Chosen One not with them. As Luna stepped outside her lab, she turned back to the Dark Master. Oh, okay, almost 40 minutes. Well, I don't really care. I'm finishing this tonight. I don't want to make another video on this. I just want to move on. Like, come on. How long is this story? I just want to finish it. As Luna stepped outside her lab, she turned back to the Dark Master. Thanks again. Dark Master nodded. He will be dealt with tomorrow. Take the beach houses for tonight. Bro's eyes widened. Again, thanks. Bro, you're gonna have a fun night again. A fun night. Next morning, they were back on the boat again and heading back to the mainland. Luna and Pro sat together. Both of them stared down, not making eye contact. Pro broke the spell looking over at Luna. She grabbed her hand. I mean, his hand, I think that's what Hayden meant. That's a typo. Luna glanced up at him. She returned the grab. Look, it probably wasn't easy hearing that your parents were killed by him. Her eyes darted back at him. Luna fully turned to him now, grabbing other hand. But, she smiled, that's why I have you guys. You are my family now. Pro's eyes gave happiness. We are. Pro and Luna leaned into each other. They kissed, shutting their eyes. Aww, that's so romantic and heartwarming. Oh my, what a nice, heartwarming, wholesome moment. Later that night, cue special mysterious music. Same music that Craftonix played when we saw the origins of Luna, who was also known as Ninja Girl. Cue that music. Cue mysterious night music. I forgot what the name of that music was. I should have looked that up beforehand. The chosen one was confined in a special cell. He stood up with his arms behind his back. The cell was protected by an energy barrier that his aura couldn't penetrate. The room itself was a grey room covered in black from the darkness of the room. The lab door opened. The Dark Master walked through with her hand behind her back. The door automatically shut behind her. The chosen one watched at the dark as the Dark Master approached him. The Dark Master finally stopped outside the chosen one's cell. The chosen one grinned. Hehehe, come to finally give your praises to my reputation. Oh wait, he held a hand to his chin, mock thinking. You wouldn't praise the one that killed your father. The Dark Master said nothing but pulled out a complicated remote from her pocket. What's that supposed to do? Oh, I wonder what that does. She pushed a button. She pushed a button on it. The cell started to buzz and hum. Someone backed up a little, but seemed unafraid. As if your little plaything will lightning, yellow lightning shot out the wall, shot from the wall of the cell. The chosen one's arm shot out to his sides. He shut his eyes in pain. Oh my god, I wonder how Hayden's gonna react when he hears this voice. I mean, he was already like, what? What the? Yeah, he had that affect him by one voice, but this one, that was something else entirely. Dark Master was unfazed by the events happening in front of her. The Dark Master turned it off. He fell down, burning up. He slowly got to his feet. What are you doing to me? The Dark Master didn't answer. She pressed a different button. Suddenly, burning light filled the cell. The chosen one fell to his knees, staring up at the ceiling of his sudden pain. Ah, it burns! The Dark Master watched intently. She was enjoying making this bastard suffer. We're going to have so much fun. I'll bring you so much pain for all the ones you killed. For me, for Luna. You're going to wish Luna had killed you. The Dark Master stepped closer. Draco. Draco, who's that? And the end. We're finally at the end of the story. About fucking time. Let's go. Oh my god, this is more than 40 minutes long. My longest reaction video yet. Good luck editing all of this, Hayden. You're gonna need a lot of time to edit all of this. That is if you don't die from laughter because some of the sound effects I made and some of the sounds I made, they're gonna leave you on the floor laughing. You're gonna be like ROFL. If you're sitting on a chair, you're gonna jump from the chair, you're gonna roll on the floor, and you're gonna be laughing your ribs off. But yeah, that's all for this reaction video, and I'll see you all in the next one, which hopefully will be when we meet the Hunters Association. I can't wait to meet them. I want to meet them for a really long time because I've seen some of the hunters, you all have seen them too. It seems like they have some pretty unique, creative, and powerful abilities that I have never seen before, the likes of which have never been seen before. So I can't wait to see those abilities in action. I can also wait to see that bandits finally become hunters. They transition from bandits which were perceived as low-life scum to high-ranking, well-respected hunters who put down bad guys. Like I know for a fact that bandits used to be evil. We all know that they were evil, but they deserve a second chance too. I mean, it's not like their situation was a good one to beforehand. Circumstances shouldn't force you to become who you are. Only your choices define who you are. But unfortunately, sometimes circumstances can be a bit of a powerful factor when it comes to your life decisions. Sometimes you have to do what's best for you, even if it's something that you would never do it. Even if it's something that out of character, you might have to do it at some point to ensure your survival for the sake of your friends and family. But yeah, goodbye everyone.